we're gonna learn 은는 and 이가. I think this is the most tricky part because I think it's really vague and confusing, to be honest. As you can see, look at this Reddit. 은는 versus 이가. I mean, there are numerous questions on the internet. So I hope I can clarify a tiny bit more today. All right, let's go. All right, from scratch for people who don't know 있는 or 이가 at all. So we can just simplify. 이가 is like subject marker that indicates which noun is the subject. But we have to check if the noun ends with 받침 or not. But what is 받침? So 받침 is like final consonant. 가. Is there a final consonant? No. But look at this. 각. So this is final consonant. So normally it's located at the bottom of the letter. Another example, 하. Does it have 받침? Final consonant? No, there's nothing here, right? But what about 합? Here we go. There is 받침. So this is 받침. So every time we have to check if there is 받침 at the very last letter. So for example, 하늘, sky, does it end with 받침? In other words, the last letter has 받침? Yes. There we go. This is 받침. So in this case, we add E. Then what about 물소? I don't know, this is buffalo. It just come to my mind. There is 받침. But does it end with 받침? No, because the last letter doesn't have 받침. So in this case, we add 가. So for example, 고양이. 고양이, this is cat. 귀여워요, cute. 고양이, does it end with 받침? So the last syllable, E, there's nothing. There's no 받침. No 받침. But for example, it has 받침, right? 받침, yes. So 고양이 ends without 받침. That's why I add 가. So 고양이가 귀여워요. Cat is cute. What about this? 하늘, we know this is sky. 예뻐요, pretty. So does it end with 받침? Yes, there is 르. So if it's 하드, we just add 가. But 하늘, since it ends with 받침, we add E. 은는 is like topic marker which introduces a topic, mostly shows contrast, mostly, which means sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. In English, it works as for or in terms of. Also, as E and ka, the rule apply here as well. So if the noun ends with 받침, we add 은, otherwise we add 는. So for example, 하늘, does it end with 받침? Here we go. There is 받침 at the last syllable or letter, then we add 은. What about 고양이, cat? Does it end with 받침 or not? No, there's no 받침. So we add 는 here. So 하늘은 이뻐요. 하늘, sky. 이뻐요, pretty or beautiful. 하늘은, which means as for sky, 이뻐요 is pretty. 날씨, weather, and it doesn't have 받침 at the last letter. So we add 는. So 날씨는, the weather is 좋아요. 날씨는, as for weather, 좋아요 is good. And if you're English speaker or other language speaker, probably you think then 이, 가, and 은는 are just same, right? As for weather is good, I mean, why so long-winded? We can just say weather is good, right? So how are they different? So 이가 is like emphasize on the subject. If someone asks who came, then we just want to identify who or what. So normally when we use 이가, that should be answer to who or what. So for example, someone asked me who came. 누가 왔어요? And the point is who. In this case, we add 가. 친구가 왔어요. The focus is on identifying who. So another example, who did that? 누가 했어요? I would say 제가 했어요. 제가. So if the question is talking about who or what, mostly who, unless it's like animal or something, who, then we mostly say 이 or 가. And also we use 이가 for description or observation, especially new information. For example, 꽃이 예뻐요. The flowers are pretty. 꽃, flower, 예뻐요. Pretty. In this case, you just observe some flower and then you find it pretty. So in this case, the fact or the opinion that the flowers are pretty is new information. Since you just observe, you just saw the flowers and then you think, oh, they're pretty. 꽃이 예뻐요. You open the window and you saw, oh, it's raining. 비. Rain, 와요 means come or coming. So 비가 와요. Because the fact it's raining right now is newly observed, right? Then we add here, we add 가. What about 은는? Let's talk about it too. 은는 is like introduce the topic since it's topic marker. So mostly used for introduction, especially introduce yourself. For example, introduce your hobby, introduce your name, introduce your job. 저는 James이에요. 저는 Jordan이에요. Or 직업, job. 제 직업은 my job is 은행원, a banker예요. And also 은는 show contrast, like comparison. 사과. 저는 사과를 좋아해요. 하지만 but bananas 싫어요. I like apples, but I don't like bananas. So you can see we are comparing two fruits, apple and banana. You like apples, but you don't like bananas. In this case, we add 는 here. So unlike apple, I don't like bananas. 바나나는 싫어요. Or you can just simply say 사과는 좋아요. Apples are good, but so that implies you maybe don't like other fruits. So 사과는 좋아요. You don't have to mention other fruit. That just implies. What about 사과가 좋아요? In this case, this is like new information, which means you just observe, you just bit apples, and then wow, this apple is really great. Can you see the nuance? It's quite hard, right? Then we can check more examples. And 은는 is for old information. What is old information? It's kind of like known, given, general information. For example, common sense. 서울은 한국의 수도예요. 서울. Seoul. 한국, South Korea, 수도, capital. So 서울은 한국의 수도예요. Seoul is the capital of South Korea. This is just known, given information. You don't have to observe. It's just like widely known, right? It's almost common sense. In this case, we just say 서울은 한국의 수도예요. But if someone said, what is the capital of South Korea? Then, and to answer to this question, to answer to what we're gonna use? 이. 서울이 한국의 수도예요. What about this sentence? 지구, Earth, 둥글어요. Round. Unless you like conspiracy, this is common sense. right? This is not what you have to observe. You already know. This information is known and given. In other words, this is old information. So we say 는 here. 지구는 둥글어요. But let's say you're an astronaut. You're like in space. You just discover, wow, that planet, which is called Earth, is round. In this case, we can say, wow, 지구가 둥글어요. 지구가 둥글어요. Here we use 가. So even though it can be translated like the earth is round, they are different. 성격은 좋아요. 성격이 좋아요. 성격, personality, 좋아요. Good. 성격은 좋아요. 성격이 좋아요. Can you see the nuance? 성격이 좋아요. I think this is like compliment. I would love to hear that. 성격이 좋아요. That person has really great personality. But if you say 성격은 좋아요, which means contrast. This is kind of like sarcasm, depending on the context, but it maybe show contrast, which means his personality is good, but his face, his appearance, probably his smell is not that good. 성격은 좋아요. His personality is good, but other things, meh. How about this one? 강아지가 귀여워요. This is like new information. You just observe some specific dog and you thought that dog is cute. 강아지는 귀여워요. Of course, it can sometimes show contrast like cat is not cute, but dogs are cute. But without any context, it sounds like just general information. You're not talking about some specific dog. You just like the concept of dogs. You're just a dog person. So if I translate both sentence in English, the dog is cute. The second one is dogs are cute. So this is more general statement. The first one, 강아지가 귀여워요, is more specific. Probably you think, oh, this is like way too hard. What's the point of it? To be simple, you can just skip 있는 or 이가. Actually, this is how native speakers do. We are 빨리빨리, quick people. We are really impatient. We don't like long sentence. We just skip that part. So for example, 날씨가 좋아요. 날씨는 좋아요. In spoken language, we mostly say 날씨 좋아요. So there is no 있는 and also 이가. So we don't use both. How about this? 커피가 맛있어요. Or 커피는 맛있어요. In spoken language, we just say 커피 맛있어요. All I want to say is don't be overwhelmed because 있는 이가 that this is really hard concept to grasp in one go. You have to listen to real Korean native conversation and you will find a pattern. Yeah, don't panic.